as far as the core values of Indian civilization or Indic, Hindu civilization, call it what you will, Indian is a misnomer there. I would say the first and foremost is the exploratory nature of the Indic mind vis-a-vis the Brahman. If you compare, for example, the worldview of the Christian civilization or the Western civilization vis-a-vis the world or the divine, what comes out in the Indic worldview is, number one, it doesn't have this simplistic notion of a God above and we below on this earth. The earth is one of the many, many constellations in the large Brahman. Now, think of it, thousands and thousands of years ago, they could conceptualize the place of Mother Earth as well as the place of human beings in it, in this vastness that is the Brahman. So it's not as if Earth is the center of universe and the sun is either going around it or whatever, or the earth is flat. But the conception itself is very, very scientific and exploratory. And nobody ever, and that's another unique feature, nobody ever claims finality. And nobody ever says, me and me alone has the final truth. Other truths keep adding. And that's what is responsible for the enormous diversity of thought, of ways of being, of ways of worship, of ways of living and value system. Secondly, in this worldview, there is no divide between the human and the divine. The divine is all pervasive. It's manifest in every living as well as non-living being. So the same divine that dwells in me, I don't have to go anywhere to look for it. You look for it within as well as in other beings. So there is no sense of otherness, that me versus you. There's no me versus you, because if the same divine exists in me as in you, then, well, there is automatically no hierarchy between humans and the so-called lesser species, as the Western world would put it. And also, what I find unique is our relationship to Srishti, and that also means to nature. The West, for example, believes in conquering nature. वो एक Mount Everest चढ़ते हैं, you know, they carry these oxygen cylinders and 20 Sherpas, and then they spend days panting and reaching there, and they say, conquered Mount Everest. Whereas in the Indic worldview, we worship nature. Our mountains, our rivers, our plants, animals, each one of them, and the manner in which, for example, each divinity is connected to some or the other, you know, Ganesh to little mouse, Saraswati to the swan, and so on. Each one of them have their own vahan, their specific ways of being, and connectivities, Shiva and snakes, which the world fears, but, you know, our relationship to these beings is very different.